Hello, Paradise, and I'm Palindrome. In this video, I'll do a track-specific video for step 1, and the track is a software engineering track. So the first start is I'm gonna explain the procedure of the two-sum from Leetcode that you just sent, and this is the solution that I have. So the first approach that I got is to create a map of or dictionary to store the element as a key and the index as a value, so that the time complexity of the storing into a map for all the element is taking O of n. And after that, I'm gonna loop through all the list, which is getting each element and then do a complement compared to a target. So I got a target minus each of the element, and then I got a complement, and then I use that complement to search into the map, and then use that map here to check if that element index is already used or not. If it's not used, so which means it's its own complement compared to the target. So after that, I'm gonna return the first element and the first index and the element that is in the map for the complement. So this is the first solution that I got for the two-sum. And second is a palindrome number. So for the palindrome number, I do check if the index if the integer is negative, which means there's no palindrome, making it to return a false, because it's a negative number. And then after that, I do convert x, the value x, which convert it into the list, store it as a list, which do a modulus, and then divide them, which get a list of each of the element from the integer. And then after that, I do a two-pointer, which start from the first and the last element, and then each of them has to be compared between each other, and then if they're not equal, they're gonna return false directly. And if it was true, at the end of the list, the first start has to walk through up to the end of the list, and the end of the list has to walk to the front of the list. If they walk through and then it's okay, everything is equal, so at the end they're gonna return true. So this is my second solution for the palindrome number. And also, talking about my approach of my project. So one of my project that I have I would like to highlight is smart card project. I have worked on the object detection, which has detected the object that putting in and then take out of the cart, a physical shopping cart. And the approach that I did that is I draw the line on the camera, which means like I use an OpenCV to draw two line using the pixel. And then if the object that passed the first line and then passed the second line, which means that object is putting into the cart. But once the object that detect pass the second line first and then pass the first line, which means that object is taking out of the cart. So this is a real time, and it's also a real time update on the user interface. And the biggest hurdle that I have encountered during my project is it is a frame rate per second. It causes a problem because during the time that we're taking out or putting in is a fast frame. I need a lot of frame rate, a bigger frame rate. So but actually the actual given frame rate is just like from 6 to 8 FPS per second, which causing a lot of problems. So to deal with that, I have integrated Coral HTPU that's from Google, and then I have to plug it in externally and then make a config with the code. And then after I use that one, it boosts up my frame rate up to around 45 to 48 frame rate per second. And about for the technical interview preparation, I would say I'm spending time doing Leetcode, targeting the specific problem that relate to my application role. And I would say I would spend some time reading the problem. So the question is like, what consideration would you make while answering the technical question? I would say I would spend some time reading the problem, describe and analyze my approach, and write down the comment step by step, and then start coding. And then after that, I'm gonna explain the interviewer about the code that I went through. Next question is like, which is the strongest code language and what is the skill that you think is worth in order to be a better software engineer? So my strongest coding language is Python. And to be a better software engineer, I would do more data structure and algorithm because it's important and it's really useful in the software engineering track. What motivates you to be a better software engineer, and how are you working toward your goal? So to apply the motivation to be a better software engineer is to apply coding to solve a real problem. And I want to make a difference in my community. So yeah, that's what really motivates me to become a software engineer. And also, I want to see, like, while I'm coding, I want to see how things work. Like, for example, like robotic automation. I want to see like how things go, object detection, embedded system. So how things are integrated and work in a physical way that help the community, that help the world use in the future. And how are you working toward my goal? So to work into my goal, first of all, I would say an open mindset. So I have opened my mind and willing to learn anything from new technology that relate to my field and apply them to my related application or project. So that's all for me for this video, and I'm gonna do another video for the second one. Thank you.